Alright, if you ever wondered how construction companies, sport events, or real estate agencies are getting this type of the footage, it's with the help of a drone. This little bad boy can produce insane results and elevate your business media, as well as impress your clients. In this video particularly, I want to talk about two things. Why to fly a drone for your business and how it kinda looks like behind the scenes, and how to get proper education and documentation to do so. Without wasting any more time, let's start with the video. Alright, so this is kind of a perfect example. Why do you want to fly a drone if you want to highlight a business? I'm currently in the shoot at the vineyard. You can see it right behind me and it looks great from the ground. Here are some of the videos that we took on the camera, but let me show you how much better it looks if we actually go up with a drone. As you see, the difference is huge. If you want to highlight your business and you have a construction company, the vineyard company, or something kind of massive that you want to showcase, having a drone definitely gonna help to make that footage look more interesting. Or if you own a video production company like me, or you're a videographer, having a drone definitely adds another service to your portfolio that you can kind of promote to their clients. Now, as you're probably pumped and ready to get yourself a drone, there's a caveat. Well, of course there's a caveat, there's always one, right? To fly drones commercially, you need a license. That's called Part 107 license that you get after completing the exam. And then you also have to register a drone. You need to check your airspace to make sure you can fly there. You need to check the weather to make sure the visibility is above certain nautical miles. And list goes on and on and on. And here's the thing, I don't like when unqualified people talk about the things they're not supposed to talk about. And I definitely feel I don't have enough experience and hours flying a drone to preach about all the education and regulation things. So instead, I'm just gonna tell you my personal path, how I did it and how I got the proper documentation and licenses to be able to fly a drone. First of all, when I saw that I needed to do the exam, I started to watch different YouTube videos and thought that probably all the information is online and I can just study by myself. I started to dig through some documents, through some PDFs, and it got complicated. There's a lot of information, I had a lot of questions, some of the things were not really easy to understand, so I thought to myself, is there any other solutions that can help me to save some time and basically make sure that I'm gonna pass this test? I literally typed in Google drone schools or drone educational schools, I don't remember exactly, and one of them was Pilot Institute. That's the one I decided to go with. We're gonna talk about them for a second now and I'm gonna tell you how they helped me to pass the exam, but full disclosure, I'm not a part of their team and I'm just a really happy student who passed the exam. Now, when it comes to education and especially online schooling, coaching, there's so much of that stuff right now, so I always try to make sure that this is a legitimate thing that I'm gonna buy. And it looks like Pilot Institute at the time of this recording has over 250k students they helped, and they helped companies like Microsoft, Discovery, IBM, etc. And honestly, as soon as I started the course, I realized how much information I would need to dig out by myself otherwise. Here is actually a quick snippet from the shoot when I'm talking about one of the regulations. Alright, I'm gonna go a little higher so you can hear me without the buzzing. And for example, another thing that I didn't know if I would not go through the Pilot Institute, that I need to constantly keep the visual line of sight with a drone. Yes, for a quick second I can look at my controller and see if the camera is adjusted right, etc, etc. But at all times I need to keep my eyes on a drone. Greg is the name of the guy who teaches the course. He has a YouTube channel, they're pretty big there, so you can check him there to kind of get to know him a little bit better. But he's actually the person who taught me all the regulations and everything else in super easy and convenient way, and I was able to get my Part 107 license. And check it out, I also got this cool t-shirt because of the good score on the exam. But the best part, hands down, about this investment, I never needed to wonder about the next steps of the process. Everything happened literally the same way, step by step, as the course explained to me. I went over the educational material, scheduled my exam, showed up at the facility, yep, they're not online, felt super ready for questions and passed it without pretty much any problems, came back to the course and learned how to register a drone and request my license. And that kinda concludes it. I mean, I can talk to you more about the details of the process, all of that stuff, but it all comes down to the fact that you need a license to fly drones commercially, and if you have resources to try Pilot Institute, they're literally gonna hold hold your hand, answer any of your questions, and the most important, save you time and leave you certain. And that's kinda what it all boils down to. Flying a drone is actually not that hard. I mean, if you've ever played a video game in your life, it's pretty easy and self-explanatory. What's hard, or I should say harder, is understanding all the regulations, rules, and education behind the airspaces and everything else. And I personally think that if you're a construction company or real estate agent or any other business that has something bigger to show, drone is such a relatively cheap investment that can help you to impress your clients with some great footage and elevate your game if you post stuff online. I'm gonna leave a link to the Pilot Institute below in the description. If you want to fly a drone, I would say that's definitely worth the investment. If you have any questions about my personal experience, feel free to leave a comment and I'll be happy to answer them to you. And hopefully your education gonna be smooth, you're gonna pass the test easily and get yourself a license to fly drone commercially. Subscribe to the channel to learn more about business content, and I'll see you in the next one.